I'm a preacher of the good word, collector of knives, with an eye for the metal and a faith that survives. Where others see rust, I see honor and life. Each blade tells the story, sharper than strife.
What's up, guys? Nate, Green's Blade Revival, coming back at you again. Headed out here to our favorite local spot. Just happens to be a case dealer. A place called Cherry Mountain General Store. We're going out here to talk with Mr. Craig. He is a dealer, and I'm going to go talk to him about some knives and see what he has to say. He is the largest exclusive master dealer in the state of North Carolina. Just happens to be 10 minutes from my house, which is very dangerous. But I know he's got some cool things to show us, and excited to see what all we can talk about and see tonight. So y'all stick with us. It's going to be a good one. Here we are. You can tell by the sign where we're at. Big Barlow up top. Got a beautiful place out here. They do events all the time for kids and different things. They do a case event every year, always decorated for the seasons. Don't know if they got anything decorated right now. It's just a beautiful area. They've got animals for the kids to come look at, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go in here and talk to Mr. Craig, see what he has to say. Y'all come with us. All right, guys, we're here at Cherry Mountain General Store with Mr. Craig, who just happens to be the largest master dealer in the state of North Carolina, exclusive master dealer. If I have my facts right,
That's it. Yeah, we're exclusive master dealer for case.
So he has been gracious enough to let us come by and do a video, and he said he had some things to show us, and may ask a few questions and kind of see what he feels like about the case knives and how he got started and things like that, and just have a good time with it this evening. So, Mr. Craig, if you'd like to introduce yourself to the YouTube.
So I'm Craig Stanfield, and this has been an ongoing project. There's always something going on here that relating to knives and building the brand for W.R. Case and Sons. Of course, you know that W.R. Case and Sons hit the milestone of a 135-year-old company this past year, and they pride themselves in U.S.-made product. So we had a chance to sell a lot of different kind of knives when we went into becoming a store, and I was familiar with Case and the brand, and I felt like I wanted to represent one thing and one thing well. So we chose to just carry Case, and an exclusive master dealer can only carry Case as far as a pocket knife. A master dealer, similar to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, can carry all kinds of different knives. But when you're a master dealer, whether it's a master dealer or exclusive master dealer, you have to carry one of every SKU that they make. So we have to have everything as long as it's in production and available to us to put on the shelf. So it gives us a chance to give you that selection that you can't find in a lot of other places. Um, and Case is always outside on the edge of the envelope producing new stuff that is appealing to the customer, whether it's a slip joint knife or an everyday carry knife. So there's a lot of different avenues when you're looking for a knife to put in your collection, or whether you want to use it and you want to carry it. We have just about something for everybody here.
Awesome. So how did you get started collecting knives?
Um, I had always been familiar with Case pocket knives growing up. I had uh, a couple of my dad's brothers that they had a tobacco farm down in Alamance County, North Carolina, and they would always give me a pocket knife or two during the summer. Um, I can't tell you where a lot of those knives are today, but as I grew older, I learned to kind of take care of some things and put them back, and gain the respect for the collectability of them as well as the utilitarian side of it. When I came to North Carolina after retirement from the fire department, I had a good friend of mine. He's 85 now, and he lives in Ellenboro. He got me started on the path to become a dealer for Case. He thought it was a good fit for the store, and so then I pursued becoming a dealer for Case. And so after 5 years, here's where we are today. And we continue every day to learn something new about the history of Case and the product going forward. It is such a wealth of information out there, whether it's the historian at Case that we can talk to or books that have been published. We're always gaining something that just blows my mind as far as the history and what they have produced in the past, as well as what we're educated with for the future. Case has just put together a book, which we should have here in the store next week. It's a 75-page book, and it goes through the 140 patterns that Case has got on hand, what's in the vault, what's not in the vault, handle materials, the badges, knife blade styles. It's gonna, I think, gonna be a really good reference book, something that's current to today. There's plenty of reference books that we have out there from years gone by, but this is more or less up to date. It won't so much give you the worth point of an older knife, but it will give you the history so that you can educate yourself and go forward, with some of the clarity of why it was put together the way it was, and the blade styles and the handle materials, that sort of thing.
Wow, very nice. I'll definitely be picking one of those up. And I can say that in 5 years they have come a long way. I know when they first opened the store, the knife section was up at the front of the store, and it was no more than probably this area here, if even that much. And now it's taking up almost half the store, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon if Mr. Craig has anything to do with it. And everybody around here in rural North Carolina, Rutherford County, we love our knives, and I'm kind of to the same point as he is about collecting the older stuff. I've started collecting birth year, and I mean, my stuff's not that old; it's only 35 years old. But to find those and put them back, so you know that they'll be worth something. They're already worth something, but they'll be worth more as time goes on. And And don't get me wrong, I like the new ones as well. I've got a brand new one in my pocket I just bought here last week. The Green Apple Bone copper lock, full copper lock. And I was telling him before we started the video, it hasn't left my pocket since I bought it I guess it was last Saturday or one day last week. And we just have a very much appreciation for the craftsmanship of a case knife and the quality of said products. And it's awesome to have this in our back door. And Mr. Craig, I just forgot my question, and that's not good. But so being a master dealer and being privy to things before they come to light sometimes, what are the benefits of that for you, and what are the pros and cons of that, if
Um,
that question makes sense?
it's it's a challenge always. You know, we're into 2025, but case at the factory is always already into 2026 and planning for 2027. So uh, as a master dealer, we gain a little bit of insight as to where things are going, um, things that don't do so well, things that do well, and we're always talking with the innovations and research team to communicate, what's selling, what's not selling, the input that we get from the customers on a daily basis. And so we try to relay that information on, and I think it's well received by Case. Some of the older patterns that Case produced before 1964, the tooling has been destroyed to the point where they can't use it anymore. And so they would have to redo the tooling to make some of the very older patterns that were well known back between 20 and 40 and 40 to 64 in there. So that's why they're not produced in the time period we're at now. They do have a large number of what they call vault patterns, and those vault patterns um, are pulled out every 10 years and produced, um, and then put back into the vault, except for this past couple of years, they've left the Barlow out of the vault, and so they've produced it consecutively since it was produced in 2019. Um, and I don't know that that will go back into the vault. Um, there are a couple of items that haven't been made in the past couple of years, the Hawkbill and the Hobo knife. Um, those were two knives that after COVID kind of got put on the back burner because the workforce that's there at the factory is slimmed down through attrition with people retiring, and we've gained more people. They had a hard time gaining a workforce back into the factory during COVID and after COVID. Now that they've picked steam back up, I think we'll see some of those items come back out into the market. The Hawkbill is definitely probably the number one sought after knife here in the store. I have somebody come in almost daily that says, "Do you have any Hawkbills?" And it's very in demand by um, the power company personnel.
Mm-hmm.
I have linemen that come in that like to use that knife, and they want a case knife, and it's just not there for them at this time. I had 4 Hawkbills that I acquired with bone handles um, about 3-4 weeks ago, and within 2 days they were gone off the shelf. And they're bringing the demand for them is bringing good money for them on the market. So you've seen the price go up significantly, whether it's on some of the Facebook chat groups or eBay, wherever you're looking for them. But I do think the Hawkbill will come back at some point. We've had great success with the Crossroads series since it came out the end of last year, and that's the new Sodbuster, which is put together a little differently. It's got an open nail nick on the blade. It's got some new composite materials they're using for the scales on it, and it's the design and how it's put together is a little bit more modern, but it's done very well in the market, and we should be getting probably, I would say, um, maybe another 3 new designs this year in that material. After the first of the year, we've got 3 that have come out for the first of the year, and we'll probably have another 3 more come out throughout the year. We do have this year have a special factory order knife that's coming out, and that will be in a vault pattern, and it will have a special scale bone handle on it. And I'm not going to get into the exactly what it is until it debuts. We're going to do an open debut party for it here at the store, and so we'll let you know ahead of time, and maybe come back on the channel and we'll announce it and do a preview of it before the debut, and then get everybody to come by the store and they can look at it, get themselves one. It's going to be limited to 350 that are made especially for our store. So for the vault pattern, you guys that are out there that want to collect that vault pattern this year, the Baby Doc is the vault pattern, and the nice thing about it, it's a smaller knife, and you can collect a lot of them in a short space, small space, where it doesn't take up a lot of room, but it's a very unique knife that a lot of people like.
That's awesome. I know what it is because I've talked to Craig before, and hopefully he'll save me one so I can get a chance at it. But that would be cool. We'll come back and do a preview and all of that, and get some hype behind it, and make sure that everybody comes by and buys him out.
Yeah.
But I think that's all for the questions. What is your favorite? Well, there's another question. What is your favorite pattern Case makes?
Believe it or not, people come in and say, well, what do you carry? What do you collect? And I've got this $30 yellow composite Delrin Sodbuster Jr. in my pocket every day. I've had it for about 6 years now. Fortunately, I've lost it and recovered it a couple of times out of the laundry, but it just seems like it's an all-around utility knife for me. Open a lot of cardboard boxes with it, string, hay bales, so it does the job for me. Now I do collect Sodbuster Juniors, and I've probably got a good 200 of them in different handle materials that have come out through the years. So that's kind of my favorite in there. I do like a lot of the older stuff. It just seems like when I get something that I really, really like, somebody else comes along and wants to buy it. Mm-hmm. And everything has that price on it at some point. It seems like somebody will eventually come through and just have to have it. So it comes in one hand and goes out the other hand. But I love to get and engage with people on collecting knives and the history of it, and to get to see especially new kids to come in the store and get them involved with knives and how they're used. And I always tell them when they're in the store and they leave with their parents, come back in, I want to see all 10 fingers when they come back, and we'll get the next knife to you. So that's a really good feeling to know that the next generation of the knife collector is being kind of schooled, and get them involved, and hopefully they get a collection passed down from their grandfather, their father, and at some point, and we keep going forward with it. There's a lot of older knives out there that are in collections that are being moved around and passed down, and some of them are being split up and sold on different Facebook groups. We always look for older collections. If somebody has a collection that they do want to get rid of, they can bring them in, and we'll kind of coach them through what they have and what the market value is on them and see what they want. This year we were selected again for our Case Knife event. They select 12 dealers throughout the United States to represent W.R. Case & Sons. This year the event is October 18th here at the store. We'll have 100 special knives that were, and I'm 99% sure it's a full-size copper lock that is embellished with the store on it this year. One more you can add to your collection. So out of those 12 dealers, we all have the same agenda, and that is the theme this year is timeless traditions. And so we're going to be having a lot of things to relate to the traditions of collecting knives and W.R. Case & Sons. We're going to have a couple of special guests here this year from Case. We'll have the Timeless Traditions interactive park, which will be here outside the store for people to participate in. So a lot of really neat stuff for people to do on a Saturday. We'll pray for good weather like we've always had in the fall. A lot of other activities for people to do here at the farm. So we'd love to have you all on October 18th this year for that.
Awesome. That'll be here before you know it, the way time's flying.
Yep.
I was here for the event, but didn't wait around for one of the knives from this past year. But I'll definitely be getting that copper lock. Before my phone decides to act crazy again, do you have anything that you would like to show, or anything that would be of interest to the folks? Or
we've gotten a lot of the knives started coming in. They'll be coming on a weekly basis as they come out of production. We've got quite a few of the Baby Doctor knives, the vault pattern that have come in. We've gotten the green apple bone, the blue sycamore, and the red burlap has come in. We should be getting another round of the Crossroads and the Sodbuster Juniors in the next week that will come in. Got some really neat stuff coming for the spring supplement, and those will come in March, which is they've redone the Indian paintbrush series. And those were originally produced in 2002 by Case, and they've redone them again this year in some different patterns. And I saw them at SHOT Show. They look really fantastic. The colors are there. I don't know if everybody really knows, but Indian paintbrush was a flower. That's how it got its name out west. And so that's kind of the motivation behind it. It's got a red with some yellow hues out towards the bolsters, which just makes them really beautiful. But to come in and put all of those in your collection, to where it makes a collection look really good when you've got them all together. Some of the older ones I've seen crossing through the Facebook channels, and they've become very valuable. A hobo, and some of them in there going upwards of $400 or $500. But very beautiful handle knife in there. And then we've got the new jig handle material that's coming out on the limited series, and it's an alligator skin, which is going to be a very unique jig that they've come out with, brand new for Case this year. So we're looking forward to those things coming in the spring, early summer.
That's awesome. That's what I'm waiting on, is the Indian paintbrush to get my first Baby Doc. I know I'll probably collect more than one. Actually, I think I was telling you the other day we were expecting our second child in 2 weeks from today,
Right.
actually, and I'll definitely get probably another Baby Doc to put up for him, and probably more throughout the year. Like you said, they're easier to collect, kind of like a peanut. They're easier to collect, and you can put them, a lot of them, in a small space, and but it sounds like Case is coming up with some exciting stuff.
We've got the brochures here for the spring supplement, and anybody that needs one can stop by and look at it, or get one, pick one up and take it home. And the new catalogs are here, so if you need one of those, you can swing by the store and get one. They're totally free.
Well, we're gonna hop off here. I don't want to keep Mr. Craig all evening. He's got things to do, but we appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the video, and hopefully you learned something today. Again, Mr. Craig, I appreciate your
Yeah.
time
Hey, you're welcome.
for allowing us to come by and shoot this video, and we'll look forward to coming by when that new one comes out
Yep.
and doing a video and getting our hands on that. I know what the pattern or the scales are, and you won't be disappointed. I'm pretty excited about it myself. So you guys stay tuned. Thanks again for subscribing and liking the channel, and we'll see you next time. God bless.
Thanks.